Okay, so now 404. Okay, so Leslie might be a little bit hard for guys who are under geared. You might need a few weeks to farm 401 to 403 before getting here. If you really cannot do 404, you might want to try 405 first, because there's no enriched timer and it's more about mechanics rather than DPS. I'll just give a quick brief on the mechanics of the fight before I begin. Throughout the fight, you'll be casting Battle Scar on the tanks. Off tank, just remember to taunt whenever the main tank gets it, and that's it for this mechanic. First mechanic is called Duel. She'll cast it on the furthest player away from herself. If you get this Duel, you will have a damage over time effect on yourself until you stand in front of the boss and take a huge hit. Second mechanic is called Glorious Strike. It's just a cone-shaped AoE on the ground, just avoid it and you'll be fine. Third mechanic is called Red Scorched Earth. It's basically fire on the ground and the damage is shared between everyone inside. It's quite a lot of damage, so you actually need your entire raid to be in there to soak the damage. The next mechanic is called Radiant Blade. It's cast immediately after the fire ends, so be sure to get ready to run out. The last mechanic is called Burning Blue Fire. So anyone standing inside will lose HP over time and the boss will get a defensive buff. Basically, you need to pull him out of it after he casts it. For our raid, the person soaking Duel is actually one of our DPSs. The reason we can use him is because he is quite OP. He has more than 90,000 HP, so he can tank the damage from it. If you guys do not have the luxury of doing it, the off tank needs to stand the furthest away from the raid every time the boss is going to cast Duel. We mark one of our players so that we know exactly where to stack. The player that is supposed to be the furthest away from the boss to soak Duel, you naturally stand behind the group. There really isn't that much to explain in this fight. The sequence of the spells goes as I mentioned before. You cast Duel, followed by the cone-shaped AoE, followed by the fire that everyone needs to soak, followed by the H AoE after the fire, and after that casting a blue color fire. After that repeat and go Duel again. So if your off tank is soaking the Duels, you need to run the furthest away after the blue fire. So for the blue color fire, you actually want to dump it at the side of the rooms so that you have space to walk around. Take note that after the blue fire, he will cast Duel again, so the person soaking Duel needs to be the furthest away again. So in total, you have a total of 5 cycles to DPS him down. After that the boss will enrage, so you need to kill him within 5 cycles. The most important part about this fight is actually for the tanks to take note of the debuffs. If they miss a taunt or taunt extra, then it's more or less a team wipe. I recommend you to bring 3 healers, and of which at least 1 or 2 of them being shamans, because their AoE healing is really invaluable in this situation. If you get stuck on this boss, don't feel so bad. It's a lot harder than the previous few bosses. You can try going to 405, the next boss instead. It's simpler than this and it doesn't have an enrage timer, so you don't have to have crazy DPS for that fight. In this scenario, I'm already 140,000, but I'm still doing like half the DPS of my teammates because I'm a horrible player, I guess. So let me just go through the main points about this fight. First is the duel. He will target the furthest player. He will receive damage over time and a burst damage when he reaches the boss. Second thing to take note of is the boss's rotation. You need to memorize it. Once you get it down, you have a much easier time. Third thing to take note of is the 5 cycles. After 5 cycles, the boss will enrage and more or less kill you off. If you do not have enough DPS for this fight to finish it in 5 cycles, I suggest you skip this boss and go to the next one. And the last thing to take note of is the tank debuffs. Tanks, as soon as they get the debuff, please taunt off each other. The boss can more or less 2-shot you if you don't taunt. And do not accidentally taunt off when you have the debuff as well. I just want to repeat that I don't think this boss is meant to be done on the first week you hit level 39, so don't beat yourself up over it if you don't manage to down it in the first week.